We're talking everything from episode 3 of Cape Fear on Apple TV. We're going to give you our theories, break down everything from this episode, and give you our review from what we saw here. All that and more in an all-new episode of Unbinged starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, podcast for the shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown. I'm joined today by Matt Kopfhamer and Sam Holt. We're going to talk everything from this latest episode of Cape Fear, but first, the spoiler warning.
This is your one and only spoiler warning for everything Cape Fear, past, present, and the current series.
We're going to talk about the past of Cape Fear?
Well, there was the previous films, and we do have a fun little cameo that we have to talk about.
Yeah, we do. Let's talk about that first. Let's, Kopf, I know you have just been talking up the OG film, or kind of OG film from 1991. We get a great cameo in this episode, and I think it gives us at least a thread to pull on one of our biggest questions after the first two episodes, which is, who is this masked woman? We get a Juliette Lewis cameo here. She's singing a song that drives Max crazy and gives him a present, a dog collar. Wow. Okay, what a way to end this episode, Kopf.
Absolutely. I mean, if you need an unhinged woman in Hollywood, you call Juliette Lewis. That is her character type, and she does it well. What's interesting is his reaction to her singing on the video and seeing him A, freak out, B, hold his head where he has the head injury from prison, and then C, seemingly to have flashbacks, I guess, to his childhood when he came to America and was abused by his father and seemingly like locked in a dog cage. So is this obviously there's somebody from his past or someone who knows about his past? And how is this going to drive his actions moving forward? Because what's interesting about this adaptation versus the 1991 version is this Max Cady seems almost innocent. Like, he may not have done the thing that put him in prison. And now we may be seeing elements from his past resurface and cause him to go off the rails now. So I'm really intrigued by how they're playing this storyline so far, and it's much different than the Max Cady we got in the 91 version.
I mean, I think the thing for me, you kind of nailed it, Kopf, is I'm so curious as to why seeing this woman, hearing this song has broken something in his brain, or gone back to that brain injury, like you said, and awakened something. It kind of goes back to what we talked about last week, too, of wanting to know what's the origin of him wanting this revenge on Anna and her family. Is it something that was spiked and, brought out by the head injury, and that chemistry was like, now I need to go after this family for doing what they did to me? Or was it something else? Because the flashback to me is so pivotal, because based on her age, I wouldn't imagine that she was there with him at the same time, but whatever she's doing is unlocking and haunting him in this new way. And the first two episodes, we're expected to have him tormenting this family throughout the entire series, but he's also being tormented. I am like so dialed in for this.
Max Cady, for me, is kind of the Luthen of this series here, where he's not okay. He's not a good guy. He's probably not a bad guy. And he's been condemned to use the weapons of his enemy, where he has had this unfair childhood, this rough upbringing where he was abused and tortured, and he has fought off demons for most of his life. And he was probably not a great person, but he wasn't this murderer. At least that's the assumption. That's the vibe that they're giving. Almost where, like, Javier Bardem's character, just let him talk for 90 seconds and you're just enchanted by him. Like, anything he's saying, even when he's telling this woman, I could put my hands around your throat, and then he just shoves a cone in her face and licks it off her. I was like, I don't know, he seems like a good guy. It's terrifying.
He is both,
our stranger danger is different.
No, it was absolutely terrifying.
Exactly. He's both charismatic and terrifying in the same moment. And just like Wendy in that scene, I was like, how do I react? I don't know what to do. This is too much.
Run away. First, don't hit on the ex-con, because they taps into something interesting, which I wonder how much more of this we're going to get throughout the series, which are the people that become fanatics of those that are,
that's it.
Put in prison or accused of something. The fandom that comes with that, especially in this day and age compared to the past, because serial killers of the past have always had this. Ted Bundy had a huge following. Charles Manson had a huge following. All of these crazy, terrible men had huge followings. It's going to be really interesting to see how. I don't think this is the only time we're going to see it throughout the series. I think we're going to see a lot more of it.
I think we
And
saw
then you
it
throw
multiple
in he's
times.
both. Yeah, you see it. He's not only got the true crime fangirlies, but he's also a handsome man and now rich. So who knows is going to come out of the woodworks to
Except
try
for
to.
taxes. That 40% in those
Well,
taxes, he highlighted that.
he's
Hot
still going
dog.
to have over $1 million by the end. So
I don't know, man. We saw that other case got 17 million. I still think he got hosed, but neither here nor there.
it's because he settled out of court. That's why.
Whatever. I think we actually got to see the whole fangirl thing. I think we saw it multiple times in this episode. I think Nevaeh is probably a fangirl. And I think this episode did a good job of sort of dropping these little breadcrumbs in here where we see, first of all, he says, women, they just, you get these women that just love me and they're writing me letters. And then we also see the moment where Anna, through her son's phone, is going through social media and you're seeing some girl be like, this white woman and her white husband were having an affair and Max Cady was thrown in prison. He's an innocent man. This is something that's never been explored in the previous Cape Fear movies, obviously, because it couldn't, but the dangers of social media and how that changes all the people around you. I think it's a very natural progression to now have these fangirls around him, whether it's 1, 2, 3, and even fanboys. Like, there's going to be people that want to be Max Cady, and the legend of this guy just continues to grow. I think that just extends the reach and the web of what this story could be so much, and I think we've already seen it here in episode 3.
That's such a good call out because the court of public opinion has been something that, newspapers and media have always had a way of swaying
Thanks,
things
Nancy Grace.
over the years. And I mean, going into different trials and all these different things, this new age with social media and having all of this, I mean, I digest so much true crime content, and I know that I'm looking, when I hear some news drop on a case, I go to all my different podcast sources before I go to the news because I want to hear from different people all the little breadcrumbs everyone's getting, and I like to put the pieces together myself. I feel like we're going to continue to get more and more of that as this season develops and as we kind of expand upon your point, Alfredo. Is he actually innocent or not?
I think
And
Max.
what's really sorry, I just want to expand on what you said about the social media thing. It's one of the things about this show I'm really enjoying is how they're expanding and modernizing the story. Because, like you said, social media wasn't a thing in 1991, so it wasn't even part of the plot. And they're doing things in this miniseries that they can expand upon because it's a miniseries, not a 90-minute movie. So you can have the time to explore some of these other areas and avenues that the movie unfortunately could not cover. So I am fascinated by the modernization and expansion of this story, and I'm here for the whole ride.
I think there's more they've done. I have not seen the original films, but I think there's something that they're doing here with the Max Cady character, who is easily and already the most interesting character within this story. But the way they're kind of sinking his claws and everything, I want to talk about that. But first, guys, we have something really cool coming up for you guys. We want all of you to join us on Tuesday, because this upcoming Tuesday, what date is that? Does anyone know? 13th, 14th, 16th? June 16th. We're going to be doing and ranking our best alien movies of all time and reacting to Disclosure Day. Kopf, you already saw it. Steven Spielberg's new film. Is that like a...
I walked out halfway through.
Is that a Project Hail Mary thumbs down? Or
no, this is a Roman thumbs down. Did not have a good time.
So if you want to join us for that, what's up? We'll see you on Tuesday. But we're gonna rank all of our favorite or best. We'll figure that out. But the best or favorite alien movies of all time. That's gonna be for our premium subscribers, guys. It's just a few dollars a month, and that's gonna unlock every single premium episode that we have already done. And we're gonna be doing that weekly for you guys. And you can be a premium subscriber on either YouTube, Apple, or Spotify. Just pick your favorite one. Honestly, I kind of love YouTube, man. It's just easy. You can listen or watch. It's awesome. We also have some great things coming up for you guys on the schedule. Wednesday, we got the Widow's Bay finale. Every Friday, we'll be here for Cape Fear. And then, in, I believe, just over a week, House of the Dragon Season 3 is going to premiere. Sam, have you caught up on all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones and the first 2 seasons of House of the Dragon?
No.
All right, there we go.
Boo.
Silo also coming soon. Season 2 of X-Men 97. The show that started Unbinged for us. It has a special place in our heart. We got Supergirl, The Odyssey. So many great reasons for you guys to subscribe to Unbinged and join us for each of those. Now, guys, with Max Cady and what I just the kind of the Cady effect that is happening within this show, at least for the audience, and I think too for a lot of the characters, every little thing that happens now becomes a point of contention. Every little thing feels like it's sort of piercing the veil of protection and security that our characters have. Whether it's a dog shitting on a sidewalk, or the drone over the head of the house, or any little thing kind of happening anywhere. These strangers showing up at the pool in the beginning of the episode. Everything feels like it's connected to Max Cady in one way or another. And I'm curious as to how many of things just actually aren't. But we are now put in the shoes of our main characters where there's just a constant fear.
Yeah, it's been interesting to try to suss out what's connected and what's just coincidental. And I think the two people at the pool, that's connected. But I think the drone is coincidental. I think that has something to do more with the son and his history. Because
Yeah.
we even get the confrontation at the pool, be like, yeah, how do you feel like how your brother did to my sister? So I think that's just timing is coincidental. And maybe at some point Max Cady will use that to his advantage, but I don't think at this moment in time he is connected directly to that one. But I
also
think he is connected to Nevaeh somehow. I'm just not quite sure how.
I agree. I definitely feel like they're connected. It was interesting when they were in the diner essentially and she sees the photo of him and it's like he just looks like an old guy that I would hook up with. I think
That's not the word she used.
well, I'm paraphrasing, sir.
She said fuck.
Fine. Old guy that she would fuck.
That leans more into the fangirl theory, by the way.
It does. That's what I was about to say. Like I feel like my first thought when we saw her, I was like, "Oh, is this like a daughter that he has,
Secret
not
daughter.
seen secret daughter because she looks like about the same age that the other daughter is, so it makes sense that like okay he went to jail and didn't get to have this life with his daughter and have that relationship, so there could be another level of like the reason why he's mad is because he didn't get to have that. But with her having that kind of dialogue, I'm like, okay, well, this feels a lot more like the fangirl situation where she feels unjust about him being in prison because she found out about his case or whatever. And now she's got the whole family in her crosshairs thinking like everyone is guilty of something, especially the son. The daughter now she's going to get her claws into her. I just feel like she's got to be the one doing all of the tech stuff because I can't see Max Cady now being the one that's causing the glitches in the security video and managing a drone. Like I just don't see him doing any of that. So I feel like it's got to be her because the kids are good with the tech.
It's a good point. I hadn't considered that. What was hilarious to me was obviously Amy Adams confronting her and be like, "Leave my son alone," and she's like, "Okay, you didn't say anything about your daughter." It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Literally.
And the way and how fast she was willing to be like, okay, bye. Like that means there was no connection at all. Like she didn't fight for it in any way. Also, the idea that like they wouldn't be on the video game together and be like, hey, your mom found me at the diner and told me to leave you alone. Like there's too many loose threads there for Anna after that, and the fact that Nevaeh just like doesn't care tells me like this was never about some sort of relationship with the son. This was about getting to the family.
Yeah, I agree.
Even the way that she says it too at the end, where they're doing. This is where we need Jag here. Kopf. Maybe we'll go out to our resident expert in the field. What drug were they doing? Was that just good old fashioned coke?
No, I think she implies it's MDMA,
Okay.
ecstasy.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's a line that she's talking to like just say whatever you feel, and then almost coerces her to say you feel disconnected, like they're not even your family.
Like I'm a bug on the window.
And I mean that's something we've kind of already seen that they're hinting at, but especially with everything going on right now, where Anna is being stressed out by Max. Zach is already 3 sheets to the fucking wind. That kid's gone. Like he's kind of helpless right now. Tom is going through his own shit where now he's worried about protecting the house, cheating on his wife, and all the other horrible things that are going on.
Still secretly doing drugs.
Yeah, he's also still and this just kind of lent itself to me to now they were able to corrupt the good one, the easy one that you don't have to worry about. And it very much feels like the house divided cannot stand. And it's going to be so much easier for Max and Nevaeh just to fuck with them and just ruin their lives.
I agree.
Yeah, this is a clear tactic of if you can get them to fight amongst themselves and fracture, it makes your job so much easier as an invader. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're invading this family's lives. And it was represented by the two people at the pool. And that's why I think that is Max just getting some another buddy from prison or somebody he knew, just be like, hey, go by this house and just fuck with him a little bit.
I feel like it's just even more casual than that because the encounter that he had to go get his dog, he just strikes up a conversation with someone he sees on the street. And I feel like that's more of the charismatic energy that he has. And he just came upon this couple that were probably like sitting outside. It's so hot out. He's like, oh, well, my name's Tommy. Go over to my house and you can just jump in the pool. So I feel like it's even more casual manipulation that he does where he knows what how the family's going to react. And he just makes it seem so innocent and so didn't even cross my mind that would bother you kind of a thing. Very nonchalant.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. I thought it, I hadn't considered that angle. I want to talk about Tom's reaction, and to me he reacted well until he got to the line, I'll tear you apart or I'll take you apart, and that's what I was like, that's where you lost it. Like you were doing everything right until
how are you reacting with two people in your pool on your property and they're not even being like, my bad, I'll leave. They're actually telling you, hey, but come on, you got a nice pool, man. Some people don't have pools. And like, how about you get the fuck out of here?
Yeah,
he reacted perfectly in my opinion until he got to the threat part. He's a lawyer, he should know better than to literally verbalize a threat.
Why?
He should have
been
on
his property.
I know, I'm just saying, if I was the one playing that out, I would be like, all right, you're trespassing, leave, or the cops get involved. And that's where you end it.
And you're saying that mostly because he's a lawyer.
I got no problem with how he handled it.
Because
he didn't even pull out the piece either, man. Like he was just like,
no,
it's a right to stand your ground state. So what's up?
Sure. But when he says, I will take you apart, right there, he doesn't know if this person's recording him. And as a lawyer, he should know better. And if he's recording, that's a threat that can come out of context, especially with this whole media storm. He's just inviting more conflict than he needs to in that one line. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're right in the fact that a recording can be taken out of context. I just think that, I guess because of where it happens, right? On his property, in his home, given the circumstances, you can and basically should say or do whatever you need to do to keep your family safe in that situation.
Yeah,
sure.
Kind of in between both of you on this one.
And I agree with 90% of what he did. It's just that one line. I was like, ooh, you stumbled there at the end there, buddy.
You guys wonder why they left that side gate unlocked when they've got security cameras fucking everywhere in this house?
I missed that.
That was wild. That was wild. When he just opens the gate, I was like, okay.
Is it always unlocked? Is it?
Is that a little bit of like the safe neighborhood privilege? You know?
I think it might be.
Kind of like your friends and neighbors where like everyone has their door unlocked because nothing bad happens.
They went out the same
here.
gate to talk to Anna's dad, Tom did, and there wasn't a lock on it. So I'm just like, there's going to be a lock in the next episode. You got to start locking this house down if you do have these concerns. Like, why would you invite that? Plus, they still have half the house that looks like under construction, which part of me is like, you have a giant open hole on your house. Why aren't we closing that up?
You just said the right word, though, there. You said invite it. And I almost wonder if Tom is inviting it at this point. Like he is looking for an excuse to get his rage out or to do something. They don't do the whole him power cleaning with perfect form, might I add, and looking like a whole fucking snack. I'm not gay, but Patrick Wilson, bro, you look great.
You can say smash.
You look, definitely smash.
So
Sam?
That was definitely not a stunt double, right? That was Patrick Wilson just repping that shit out.
That was him just cleaning and just getting after it, man.
Do you need a minute?
No, I'm good. Apple actually posted that on their Instagram, and the people were going nuts. And the funny thing was the comments, it wasn't even the women that were like, oh, wow. It was the gym bros that are like perfect form. I hadn't heard of this show, but I think I'm going to watch now.
Yeah.
It's just
Save.
great.
Save for my workout in my algorithm. Yes.
Bookmarked.
Bookmarked.
But I think that really, like, this is kind of what they're showing us a little bit, is that Tom is getting more reckless, whether it's with this woman Lexi that he's kissing and doing drugs with, or the
So
way he's
dumb.
like angrily lifting weights and pulling out his gun, and he's ready for a confrontation. He wants something to happen.
I think that's
Yeah,
a fair assessment.
you can tell that everything is culminating. He's feeling like he's losing control, and he is the type that needs control, and he needs everything the way he wants it, or he spirals. So you're right. He's absolutely preparing for that confrontation. For all his preparations, I don't know if he's actually ready or going to be ready.
He's not Batman. No amount of prep time is going to matter for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he did play Owlman and Watchmen, so.
Well, he's also like I think we're forgetting too that he's a soldier too. He's a former military guy.
Former
He's
Marine.
military, so
Former Marine. Yeah, that's. I believe him
I
when he
wonder
says, "I'll
if we're-
tear you apart."
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, no, that's no question. But I wonder if he's going to, when confronted with someone like Max Cady, where you have unpredictability on the other person's side, he may go in thinking it's going to be one type of confrontation. And when you're dealing with that element of unpredictability, it can go very wrong very quickly for you.
I just had a thought though. What kind of combining what you said a little bit earlier, Kopf, in terms of he's a lawyer, he should know better to not say that, with the people that came into his house. I wonder if we're going to keep getting these things that infringe on his dominance of home and his safety of home and being the protector, to where there's a confrontation with him and Max Cady. And as the lawyer, he should wait to react to someone else's reaction. Like, he can't be the one to draw first. I wonder if he's going to get provoked in a way that he's the one that, has the quick draw first. And by extent, he gets in trouble. And that's one more way that Cady gets his way back.
I
Cady
think you're
flips
onto it,
the
Sam.
law against him.
I think you're onto it, Sam. I think that's probably how this ends this time around, I guess. Is seeing our guy Tom. Oh man. Okay. I like it.
That
Guys,
would be ironic in a really, really interesting way to flip the law and weaponize it against the attorneys, which was something that the 91 movie explored a little bit.
well, I mean, to make them now both attorneys, right? Because in the movie they weren't both attorneys. So to make it so that they're both
Correct.
attorneys, you're looking at two kids that seem like they are going through a lot of struggles, to the point where you could almost make arguments that these two are unfit parents. You can start to like just say a lot of little things here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Max, I don't think this is just simply like Max is trying to kill or hurt people. Like, he is just trying to wreck them mentally and play the same game that they did, which is winning in the legal system.
I think the hard part for us as viewers is going to be trying to decipher between not just Katie's agenda, but these other women's agendas. The Juliette Lewis character, Nevaeh's character. How do they weave into this? Because now we've got essentially three threads of unrest that's attacking this family, in essence. Because Juliette Lewis's
would argue
character,
four.
she knocked on the hotel door and I think that part of that was to scare Anna. And I feel like, obviously we have Nevaeh fucking with the two other kids. I think that it's going to be interesting to see the crossover between those three threads and everyone attacking the family in different ways, or as a big chunk of this half family, but also coming at Cady in a different way.
And you have excellent point. I agree with all that. I think we also have to view Lexi as a fourth threat against the family, even if it's not like intentionally attacking. She's trying to break that marriage up, and she's trying to fuck Tom.
Yeah.
She always plays a good crazy person. Daredevil, Task.
Daredevil. Yep.
She's always a good just a good wild card in there. Would it surprise you if she somehow connected to Max as well?
No.
Like
It's
what if we have a
17 years
lot
is
of these
a
people?
long time. Yeah,
There's a lot
17
of
years is a long
fans.
time for things to develop. So
Especially,
who
is
knows
she a
what his
lawyer?
connection is.
Yeah.
She's a senior associate.
So yeah, I mean, there's probably so many different people that this attracts, but the young tech nerd who really believes he got some injustice, the lawyer who is so curious about the case. There's there's a lot here. I think the Juliette Lewis thing. I think that's his half sister.
Ooh, I could see that. Yeah, younger half sister or something like that.
The dog collar thing and like him wearing the dog collar as a kid and like the way it brought back those memories. It has to be something from his childhood. I think that's a half sister.
It could be a half sister, or it could be, you know, a sibling of one of his victims that knows deeply and has been doing all this research for years to understand this man and to find ways to get under his skin. I don't know. I think that she just knew too many strings to pull to get him to go completely unhinged on that TV. That there's a deep, deep level of understanding there that, I don't know, it's either giving super fan or super victim. It's giving something, because this is someone that's got mad vengeance on their mind.
That's why I wonder if it's something back from childhood. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if we have sort of a Sirius Black situation here where Juliette Lewis's character seems super insane and dangerous, but in reality she's actually just kind of the good person that's looking out for Tom and Anna. And listen,
I hate to break to you, but she doesn't play those types of characters.
I know, but that might be the perfect twist this time around.
Maybe this is the
Twisties
exception.
on twisties.
Twisties on twisties.
I wonder if we're gonna get the reveal that Max killed his father, and then if
Would
she
not
is
shock
his
me.
half sister.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me.
That's
but
easy.
Then that would make sense. Then if she is like a half sister and she's out for vengeance for poor old Papa.
There's a lot, or they think he killed his father. Bum, bum,
Right.
bum.
Or he may have inadvertently led to his father's death somehow.
It was an accident.
Guys,
I swear I didn't mean to beat him to death.
none of us are parents, but
Thank God.
okay.
I mean, sorry.
The Anna thing with her cloning the son's cell phone, being able to watch everything and act the way she is. I sit here and I say, honestly, I think you do what you have to do as a parent. And so I get it. But I'm also sitting here from the other side of like, if you're Zach, how do you react to that? Because you've kind of lost any trust you've had in your parent, potentially for the rest of your life. You're like, you can't look at them the same.
Well, I think he's already at that point, so I think she's already.
This
like,
is different,
what's
though.
the
Like,
harm?
what did they do before that made him lose trust?
I'm not sure. Maybe just being.
Like,
not
before, it just kind of
present
seems like he was
enough.
being an immature prick. This is straight up like, we are going to be
Yeah,
surveying
this is spying.
everything
This is
you
straight
do.
up
Yeah.
spying. But so going back into Zach's past a little bit, he got in trouble about a year ago when he was 14, 15 years old for, in the eyes of the law, distributing child pornography. So at that point, as a parent, no technology. Sorry, buddy, you're too young. You got to prove that you can be trusted with this. And until that point, you don't have a phone. You don't have access to the goddamn internet without me over your shoulder. If I'm a parent, you get to a year later, maybe he's proven like, okay, we can trust him with a cell phone. And now this happens. He has a mutilated toe. He's been drugged. He's been acting fucking weird. Sorry, buddy. No more fucking internet again until you're out of the fucking house at this point. Like, I'm going draconian on his ass and limiting access to technology because he has proven now repeatedly he can't be trusted with it. So I'm not spying on him. I am just cutting off all access, and then he's never going to talk to me again anyway. So,
And then when he's 18, man, he's going to hit the internet.
shipping him his ass to the military, and it's Uncle Sam's problem now.
Oh, goodness.
Coffee, you're going to be
This
such
is
a
why
good
I'm not
dad
a
one day.
parent.
Yeah, I was
This
gonna
is
say,
why
I
I'm
don't
not a
think
parent.
that
This was all the
unhinged
worst
children
examples of how to handle the situation.
Yeah, unhinged children then being sent off to the military, I don't think is the right thing. Therapy.
Take away the
Therapy's
internet,
better.
Oh,
make you lose trust
Well,
in
that's
humanity, and then
implied.
you're going to go fight in the war, little boy.
Yeah,
that's
you never
implied.
implied
Therapy throughout all of this.
Just said, this kid's gonna get nothing but punishments, and then we're gonna ship him off for some really tough,
It's for his own good.
How about some therapy? Just how about
Therapy would be dope.
Therapy would be dope for him. Yeah, I don't know that I would interact. Like, I can't say I wouldn't clone my kid's phone because, one, that's crazy cool. But two, I think once she goes into interacting with this person and the ability to then delete the text messages, this becomes the level of like, I'm not just watching this for like a parental controls to see what you're doing on the internet, to track what you're doing, to make sure you're not sending stuff you shouldn't be or seeing stuff you shouldn't be. This is me actually engaging with this person to change this narrative. And I think that's a level of manipulation that is kind of psychotic. Like that's another level. But again, I don't have kids. I think, and like I said, I would totally clone a phone and see what my kid's doing. But I would also tell them and be like, by the way, I'm just going to see everything that you're doing because parental controls. You have technology. I have technology. I'm just going to see what you're doing all the time. Are you comfortable with me seeing it? Like I would say that.
Parents, let us know in the
Yeah,
comments.
tell us.
What are you doing with your kids? Are you going the Kopf
Which side
method
do you
where
lean on?
you have lost technology and we'll see you in the military at 18? Or maybe
Yeah.
we just do some nice therapy and some talking about our feelings.
Yes, therapy.
That'd be
talking about
cool.
feelings.
That'd be super
I feel
cool.
like they tried the talking route and it didn't work, so something's got to change.
But there has to be new ways to make talking work. There's too many shows, there's too many things where I'm seeing these kids not like just be shunned and not be able to actually talk about their feelings. Like there has to be something. And that's why I get a little bit frustrated and annoyed because I'm like, no, you can't just tell someone you can't do that and then just walk away and punish them with no explanation. You have to understand the situation because then you have kids that are being raised educated of like why this is wrong, why this is inappropriate. Like explain the why in a healthy way that's not going to make them feel shame for what they did, but also make them feel understood to not hurt other people.
Sam,
So
you're
what
gonna be a
you're
good
saying,
mom.
Sam, is the beatings will continue until you talk to me.
Oh boy.
What?
No.
You
When
don't
did
understand the reference?
when-
The beatings will continue until morale improves. Like no,
No,
No.
where does that come from?
What is this?
It's a meme.
All right.
memes do you
Good
look at?
screeching halt.
Look it up. Just look it up. Do yourself a favor. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
If there's one way to make a podcast really good, it's referencing an obscure meme to someone that has no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
And then giving them homework. I know. I'm good at what I do.
I hate it when I have homework.
Oh no. Guys, keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. That does not work for me in real life. Because I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and if you're my enemy, I fucking hate you, and I don't want to be around you. This little strategy between Anna and Max, it feels like it's meant to be the overarching theme of the show. And it's not just meant for Anna and Max. I feel like it's going to be kind of the thing for everyone in this. So you can't trust any relationship you're seeing. And sometimes the closest ones, the people you should be trusting, are going to be the ones that are there to screw you over. Kind of like Max Cady being represented by his lawyer and feeling like he got screwed over by the person that was supposed to be defending him.
Yeah, I mean, I loved that scene with the two of them. One going on the drive, and then two being in the conference room, and Katie watching Anna sit back until she picks up the bat to go to bat for him and do the job that you watch him feel impressed watching her work because he's settling and he's looking at her like, this is what I do. Okay, we're fine. And she's like, no. So as soon as she has that switch, there's a clear switch in his perspective as well. And then when they have that reckoning over coffee and she says, if I could do it again, I would advise you not to take the deal. He then points out, because he watched the switch happen in the middle of that conference room. Well, then why did your opinion of me switch? And she says, what do you mean? There was a day. And I'm hoping we get a flashback episode of something. I feel like I need it. There's sometimes where I don't love it when shows do that, but I kind of need it in this instance. I need to see her have that switch because Amy Adams is a fantastic actress and we watched that switch happen in the conference room. I need to see it happen in the past to see it from Katie's perspective as to why her opinion of him changed so violently.
I think if anything, this did the opposite of what Anna wanted. It put Max more on edge. He was kind of like, I knew what was going on when you were defensive and a little rude towards me. Now I think all of his alarms are up. He's like, last time you did a switch like this, it did not work out well for me.
Ended up in
And
prison for 17 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think this is going to blow up in her face horribly.
And what's interesting now is we've gotten 2 or possibly 3 instances of Tom telling her, don't say anything because he doesn't know nothing. And I feel like that this is leading to, at some point, Max is going to confront her or get her to spill the beans about what they did and what screwed him over. and that's gonna blow up in her face. Because otherwise, why would they keep having Tom pointed out?
Man, now I just went
And
back to that 40%
that's
tax. Sorry, Sam.
sorry, and that's assuming that Max doesn't already know how they screwed him out. Because it's absolutely possible that they may not have believed they left a paper trail of whatever they did, but they absolutely could have, and he found out about it in prison, and now he's just playing coy and fucking with them until he can get Anna to admit the truth.
Well, I mean, how much of that too is people on the outside, all these fans, male, female, whoever, just fans of his that have been like, yeah, I was following the case. Like, who's to say that Lexi, the one that's trying to get Tom drunk and kiss him, hasn't been able to look into this case? She has the legal expertise. She has a close connection to Tom, access to whatever these files are. She can look at things. You've got a tech girl who's into it. Like, there are so many different... He's basically put together an Avengers of fuck you for this series, and it would not surprise me if all of them are working with Max.
I just had a thought with what you said on Lexi too, because as we currently know it, Anna is sober and Tom emphasizes that, but she also knows and watched him fall in love with her during the course of this trial, and they're currently working a case together. So she almost has a blueprint of getting in and upsetting the balance of this couple and this dynamic, because she's watched it happen before. She knows the cards she needs to play, and she knows Tom's weaknesses from having worked so closely with him.
Max
She
Cady's
watched the
Palpatine.
game tape.
She watched that game
the
tape.
game tape.
Watched that film. And was like,
been
I know what
grinding
I'm
the
doing
film.
here.
I want to judge Tom. I really do. But that shit would have worked on me too. Like, you offer me, offer me whiskey and then attention, and I'm folding like a fucking lawn chair.
He's fucking married with 2 kids.
Married with 2 kids, Kopf.
Like, how
You think that's a
starved
happy
for
marriage?
attention?
Do you think that's actually a happy?
We don't
bedroom?
know enough. We don't
When
know
people aren't
enough.
happy, just get divorced. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
don't
Right.
cheat. Don't cheat. Like,
But
that's just so
I agree. I agree, but I don't know what I'm trying
Also,
to say.
what
All I'm
is he,
saying
14? Like, a little bit of attention is what gets him to do these things? Like,
Yes.
it
If-
should be really simple
just-
to be like, nah, I don't want to kiss you. A drink, I can actually understand that. If it was like having a drink with a colleague and it's like maybe that breaks the trust of your wife.
A colleague that's like trying to cuddle you on the couch, like, no.
Yeah, but then like, yeah, the way it happened afterwards where they're on the couch and she's leaning in for the kiss and he's just about it,
But
there's no coming back.
The context though is that this is not the first instance. Like they even verbalized it, saying like we almost made a mistake last time, but we didn't. So this has clearly been building and building and building. And the way they're presenting Anna's character, she is very much everything but what's going on at home is her attention until Zach. Once Zach gets hurt, then she laser focuses on him. Everything falls away. So I can imagine Tom being the guy who is loyal, who does everything for his family, and is feeling neglected because his wife has her attention on everything but him. And so now you have somebody who's, 10, 15 years younger maybe, coming in. Let's be honest, Lexi's attractive.
You think she's 10 to 15 years younger than Amy Adams? I think they're about the same age.
Do you think they're the same age? I don't know.
Roughly.
I feel like
I would say
maybe
maybe
5.
5 years.
Yeah.
Like
maybe
5
5.
max.
Okay. Younger woman. Let's say just a younger woman gives you all this attention, is praising you, is like, oh my God, thank you for sticking up for me in the meeting. And then
Kopf's
gets
a
you
mark.
alone in your house
Kopf's a
and
fucking
just
mark,
keeps
man.
working.
You're such a
Yeah,
mark,
I
dude.
am.
We're missing Jag
Yes, I
here
am.
to say it's a trap.
It's of
To
course
say,
it's a fucking
Of course
trap.
it's a trap.
And she doesn't actually want this. And
She's
like, all of
honey-dicking
this
him.
Yes, that's what he would say.
Also,
Yeah.
dude, I think this goes back to the whole thing
Guys
of
are
Tom,
dumb.
Tom
I'm dumb.
inviting chaos. Tom inviting the bad into his life. Whether it's physical altercation, whether it's an emotional conflict, whatever it is, I think this is Tom inviting it. He feels like he has been, you know what? Boom, here we go. We're going back to Max Cady talking about when you've been screwed over by a system and you no longer have a trust for it. And we have that little thread of connection to PTSD. And Tom, being in the military, he had a trust of the military system. He had a trust of the legal system. He's had a trust of marriage. And he's seemingly done everything right his whole life. Now to the point to be faced with, honestly, on the outside seems like not a whole lot of struggle, but maybe in his eyes it still feels like a lot, and there's a lot of unearthed things in there, which is why he's still taking the drugs. Would not surprise me if he's just ready to blow it all up his whole life.
This is the Andy
Because
Bernard thing where he's like, I've had a very easy life.
Yeah, I have.
So any amount of adversity seems like a lot.
Yeah, this is the toughest thing I've ever had to do. Really? I have not had a very hard life. This is Tom.
or back to kind of your point of Anna's been focused on work, and that's where all of her focus has been. And it's taken the incident with Zach to bring her focus back to the family, back to her husband as well. I wonder if another system that we're gonna see, you know, kind of broken in this series is the marriage, and the marriage as a system and as a construct as well. And now it kind of wouldn't surprise me if you keep saying he's inviting this. What level is he inviting this? Is he actually inviting this because we haven't seen him interact with like Nevaeh? It's someone that's also found other ways to invite other characters into this chaos?
I think they're both doing it. He mentions that Anna has had a fight or flight mentality since childhood, and I think they have both been in the flight mentality for a long time, and that's maybe not who they are. And that's why their marriage has maybe been kind of hollow over these last years. That now to the point where they're being faced with things, issues in their marriage, issues in their career, they're more so leaning more towards the fight, more towards making decisions that are horribly incorrect over and over and over. But now Tom is actually at the point of taking action, which leans to bringing out a gun to the backyard, cheating on his wife. Now you've got Anna who's going out to a diner not knowing who she's meeting. Extremely dangerous. Going out for coffee with Max Cady, who she suspects to still be a murderer, one-on-one, alone. Like, the two of them continue to invite chaos into their life because they're choosing the fight response over flight right now. I'm not saying that it's easy to always just ignore these things and step away from them, especially because of who Max Cady is, but a lot of this is their choices, their past coming back to bite them in the ass, and that's the point of the show, I believe.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, guys, I think we hit it. I think we hit everything from this episode. The show has so much to unpack every single time. I finished watching the episode. I'm just always like, shit, man, I had to write down like 20 things. We're gonna get through it somehow, but we did, and we'll be back again next week for Cape Fear Fridays. And like I mentioned, Tuesday we're gonna be ranking the best alien movies of all times and reacting to Steven Spielberg's latest film, Disclosure Day. I think the summer blockbuster might be dead. That's a topic for that episode. If you want to be there for that, please become a premium subscriber to Unbinged. It only costs a couple bucks a month, and you get access to all of our premium episodes. We'll be having premium episodes for you guys every single week. We're also going to be doing the finale of Widow's Bay. We're going to have Silo, House of the Dragon. There's so many great things that are coming your way. So as always, I want to thank everybody for watching or listening all the way through. For myself, for Kopf, for Sam, we'll see you next time. Adios.